Nigeria's federal government cancelled this year's edition of Nigeria's Independence Day celebration for reasons they clearly stated, ladies and gentlemen, which I'll share with you in a few minutes. The Nigeria federal government announced that the parade scheduled for the country's 65th independence anniversary, which was to take place on Wednesday, 1st October 2025, was cancelled due to these reasons. Reason number one was the president's foreign commitments, and number two, logistical issues. However, there were local media houses that reported that the cancellation was not exactly because of the reason provided by the federal government, but as a result of an attempt of coup which actually failed. Now, the Nigerian Armed Forces have come out to explicitly deny the coup story as being false.
What a time to be alive. Hello, sweethearts. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Elachilaka, the Ohima Apna of the Asante Kingdom and the whole of Ghana. You see, one thing about Nigeria is that I don't trust anything coming out from there. Both the military, both the media, both the government, I don't trust them. I don't believe them. But one thing is for sure, if there is rumors of coup, then it's not far from happening. And unfortunately, that might be the best thing for Nigeria right now. What do you think, guys? Do you think Nigeria really needs a coup to fix things? Or do you think it's not a good idea for the country? Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section with me, please. Because the way Nigeria is going, a war might break out if care is not taken. Everybody is angry. The military on their own, the corruption is deep. The government on their own, corruption is deep. Citizens, they are not helping matters. Their own corruption self now pro max. So you see, so a lot of things are happening right now that if care is not taken, the coup might happen. But do we still have honest, dedicated, loyal military personnel that can lead the nation to a better place like President Traore? That is the question. It's not about following Traore's step to, carry out a coup. How do you intend to work like Traore or do better than Traore? That is the main question. It's not about carrying out a coup. It's about what you do when you get in there. What you do. But why is Tinubu so scared? Why is he so scared? What was he expecting? You see, there's an adage, like person where they always use knife or cutlass to cut people. They won't make you carry knife passing back or cutlass passing back. You see, if you're doing the right thing for your country, what are you afraid of? Why are you worried? You see, there's a level of confidence that comes with having your household, everything going on right. You know that, yeah, man, I've got my shit covered in my home. Nothing they happen. There's one kind of confidence where, as a day like this now, I know say, Charlie, my house, my home, balance. So I know if it shake when I hear some kind things, because I know say I lay solid foundation for my house. I know the way I did bring up my kids. I know the way I did set up my standards for my house. So you get some kind things where person go won't do. I no go bother. You no go worry me. I will just laugh you. Say, this one doesn't know he or she is wasting his or her time. So if Tinubu they do the right thing, why is he scared? And it will shock you to say those military personnel where them arrest, those military personnel, they innocent. Maybe, just maybe, their way of trying to reduce the number of our soldiers so that the headsmen go they take charge as always. I don't trust that country. It's unfortunate.
The truth of the matter is this. This is not the first time the federal government of Nigeria have cancelled the occasion. The 2012 Independence Day parade, for instance, was cancelled by the Goodluck Jonathan administration. And the reason provided then was because of security threats from Boko Haram and cost-cutting measures. Again, President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015 cancelled the parade to mark the 55th anniversary with the reason of reducing government spending and promoting modesty. And now this year's is added to it. There are other years where the parade was scaled down for different reasons. So it's actually not a really big thing. It's not a big thing, ladies and gentlemen. But the challenge or the uncertainty raised as a result of this cancellation has to do with the sudden arrest of 16 military officers in the Nigerian Armed Forces within that same time frame. Focus here, please. The Nigerian Armed Forces made the announcement of the arrest of the 16 military men on the 4th of October. The Independence Day event was scheduled for the 1st of October, and the soldiers were arrested in late September. So, this is the sequence of events. The soldiers were arrested in late September, the event was cancelled, and then the arrest was announced on the 4th of October in that order. Now, speculations are all over the place, and I am equally speculating at this point. If it is true that the event was cancelled for reasons of what the government said, that would be totally understandable, since same reasons have been given in the past when the event was cancelled. That would be totally understandable. If it is true that the 16 military men were arrested on the grounds of professional misconduct and indiscipline as stated by the Nigerian Armed Forces, folks, then that's also totally reasonable. But if it is true that the event was cancelled because of an attempted coup, then ladies and gentlemen, we have a major crisis coming. I've said this in previous videos and I'll say it again. Nigeria is my business. I believe Nigeria should be your business and will be your business so long as you live in West Africa, because I believe anything that goes wrong on that side of the fence has the potential, a direct impact on every corner of this region. So whether you agree with me on this or not, the evidence points to the fact that Nigeria's internal crisis will spill over, and when that happens, every neighboring country will have a fair share. So work with me on this. Officially, there are no confirmed reports of a coup attempt in Nigeria at this time, and this is what the federal government wants everybody to go by, and I'll also go by it. However, ladies and gentlemen, there are simmering events happening in Nigeria currently that has the potential of feeding into the coup narrative. Please bear with me. Just yesterday in Abuja, the Nigerian police fired tear gas to disperse protesters who had gathered over the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. And for those who are hearing this name for the first time, Mazi Nnamdi Oku Kanu, which is his full name, is a Nigerian by birth, but a British by nationality, and a political activist known for advocating for the independence of Biafra from Nigeria. He is the leader of a separatist movement he founded in 2012 called the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, and he has since then been arrested twice by Nigerian authorities on treason charges, ladies and gentlemen. First in 2015 in Lagos, and the second arrest in 2021 in Kenya. His people, who are predominantly Igbos, are asking for his release and for medical attention just around the same time when the Independence Day event was to take place. There is a lot of pressure on the Nigerian government to release him, but I strongly doubt they will. And because it is likely they won't, this simmering protest could trigger one day very soon when the wrong buttons are pushed. We are told his health is in a bad state and need immediate medical attention. If that is not provided, and God forbid he passes on in detention, only God knows where that will lead, ladies and gentlemen. Having said this, the speculation among many concerning the cancellation of the event is in three dimensions. Some say it's for terrorist attack reasons. Others say it is for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And many others say it is about the frustration of certain elements within the Nigerian military who wants to attempt what has been done in the Sahel countries for the resetting of Nigeria. I don't know which is true, and I don't back any of them. Now, it is all speculative at this point. But whichever way you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, no African country is immune to coup at this point. There is a certain type of wind blowing across the continent that is directed at shaking the foundations of government and the establishments that be, if you are observant. The people, especially the young generation, is demanding for more, and I'm beginning to believe that Nigeria's turn is very, very close. Nigeria is not in a good state currently, whether economically or internal security wise. They are not. Nigeria's true potential in global politics should have been on the level of Brazil or India, all things being equal. And that potential is awaiting to be unearthed. Ladies and gentlemen, but I know that cannot be realized with the way Nigeria is currently set up. The political elite dominates in every aspect of the country. Nothing happens without political strings being pulled. This therefore deprives the country of allowing for laws to work and for development to be pushed evenly across the states. However, there is coming a day when the right buttons will be pushed and the long-awaited men will stand up to the establishment. That will be the day when the only focus of the country will be about correcting what is wrong, whether by legal means or unconventionally. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the true Independence Day of Nigeria.
The country will not be of importance. How can it ever happen? Where it happen? Say a president cancel Independence Day parade because he gets international engagement and security. I beg, Charlie. Cyrus has said it all. I don't have any other thing to add. Nothing else to add. I just hope, if at all the coup go happen, make it be saying a person will go do better by the citizens. Now ain't go take over there. No be just to do so that you go come on who did there, make yourself now give them the suffering pro max past the one we did. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think a coup is a good idea for Nigeria right now, or do you think they deserve Tinubu? Please don't forget to like this video if you haven't liked it yet, and kindly engage me in the comment section. I love it when you do that. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? If you like my kind of contents, please, your subscription click would go a long way for me. Okay, my already subscribed OGs, thank you always for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.